And that is what I'm going to discuss here. Non-black women accepting of black men leading, you know? And with Kim K basically saying that I was so used to being independent, you know? I was so used to depending on myself. Even in relationships, I still took leadership roles in those relationships. But because she's been with Kanye since what? They've been together almost, what, 6 years now? I think that she is more accepting of taking a backseat role. Why do you think Kanye does and says the things that he says, and she doesn't speak out against him? Shout out to Marcus Britt. Because she's taking a submissive role in a relationship, which is something that she's probably always wanted. All right, Raiders. You know, as quietly as it's kept, women do want to feel feminine. I don't care what they say. Women want to feel like they're with somebody who's strong. And when you are a guy, and listen, I'm not saying that all white women or non-black women are this way. I'm only speaking about a certain particular type. In this particular stream or video, I'm discussing, okay? I'm discussing women who have been independent. She literally used these words of being an independent woman and how she had to be an independent woman because she was trying to advance her career, if that's what you want to call it. And she never really was around a true alpha male. Look at her household. I mean, the man who basically helped raise her is now dressing like a female and calling himself, you know? So I think because of her mother and because her mother is so driven to make money, she has been that. And now she's with Kanye. Say whatever you want about him. Y'all think he's crazy. Y'all think he does this and that. But he has gotten her to become part of the program. When he started saying the things that he was saying recently and going on his rants, people were talking about how Kim K was going to divorce him and leave him. She ain't left yet. Why y'all think she ain't left yet? Now, I spoke about another video. Now, also, before I get into the content, make sure y'all go and check out carmarshall.com. It's a new sponsor to the platform. Y'all go there if you want a new or used car. A little to no stress. Go to carmarshall.com and support JDBTv. Tell them JDBTv sent you. All right? The link is inside the description box. The first link that you see now. Shout out to Damon M. Says first super chat ever sent and didn't know how it worked. Okay, that's cool, bro. Appreciate that, Damon. Appreciate that, Damon. Damon says it's first super chat ever. And I'm glad that you did it right here with the JDB nation, so to speak. You know, on my particular channel. So shout out to you. So when you look at the landscape of women, especially in the black community, you have a lot of women who will say they're ready to follow a black man, but are they truly ready to follow a black man? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because to me, it seems like most regular women, not the Kim K's of the world, but most regular women, yeah, thank you, appreciate that. Most regular women want to only be submissive to a rapper or athlete. They never want to submit to a guy who works a 9-to-5 job. Even if it's a regular job that makes him good money, or he has a skill trade that makes him good money, they still don't think that he's worth submitting to. And I'm not talking about submitting as in doing everything he says. I mean, you're not disrespecting him in front of the kids, in front of your family, in front of his family, in front of friends. That you allow him to be himself. Because truth be told, most men can't really be themselves around women because they're going to think that women are going to think them to be lames, especially black men. They're going to see black men as lames. And the one thing that I want my content to give confidence for especially younger black men, is that you can be who you are and still get attention from women. You don't have to lie and put on a facade, man. You can be who you are and do whatever it is you want to do. follow the career that you want to follow. The women will come. Women can sniff money a mile away on a man. That's what people need to really look at. I want black men, especially around my age range, younger and even older, to understand that women of all races, they don't have the same mindset when it comes to family. And unfortunately, in the black community, women want to take leadership roles. They want to be matriarchs. They want to be leaders of the household. That's where we're at. And you see, one of the best things about making YouTube content is I've got to see this firsthand. Just off of my voice alone, not even putting a lot of pictures of myself out there, even though I do have that. Don't really have much videos of myself out there, even though I have a video on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that follows me on Instagram. But my ideology and the things that I spoke about was enough to get women to come on board, to join me, to be a part of what I'm doing, to understand what I'm saying as a young black man. Now, I'm not one of these people who's like a heavy supporter of interracial dating, but I'm in full support of black men dating who they want to date, who makes them happy. You can't wait around for people who don't want you, who are not going to respect you, no matter what the race is. But the Kim K particular excerpt got me thinking, because a lot of women emulate her. A lot of women want her lifestyle. So they think that by being an Instagram model, by constantly being single and juggling different men, they think that's the lifestyle they're supposed to have. Eventually, Kim K, Beyonce, all these other women that y'all support, they settle down, okay? And they take submissive roles in their marriage. Especially when you're with a guy like Kanye West, who is a bit of a narcissist, but he does have alpha traits. You got to have alpha traits as a man for women to get on board. I'm telling you. Don't mean you got to go around yelling and screaming. Just be who you are. Be focused on goals, man. Be goal oriented. Be who you are. If you support a certain political party that most other people don't, let me tell you something. Women see that too. You see, it's very difficult for me as a young black man to really speak for everybody, every other black man, but I'm speaking for myself and from my experiences. You know? Even though if you were to see me in public with a woman, she'll probably be black. Because I'm not a pusher of interracial dating, but I do click with people who look like me and come from my same community. But I mean, hell, you might see me with a white girl. I mean, it just depends on who I connect with, I guess. But when it comes to non-black women, if you ask a lot of black men who are in relationships and are married to non-black women, they would more likely tell you that the differences in dating comes from the respect level. The respect level. You know, if there's no respect level between a woman and a man, men aren't going to stay in that situation. You know? I'm one of those people, man, like, I'm very stubborn on things I feel like are right, but I am able to change my mindset depending on the particular things that I learn about things, learn about people. And life is all about learning and progressing. And people tend to have an issue with me on that. But understand where I'm going with this. There's nothing in life better than being able to think for yourself and do what you want. Like, there's people in the chat room, there's some few females that are already triggered off of the title and haven't even heard my viewpoint. And that's why their relationships go down the drain, because they refuse to listen to both parts of the argument. My ideology has been shaped. Okay, here you go with the disrespect. Now you're out of here. Have a good day. But my ideology has been shaped by the things that I have learned. Shout out to Mysterious Hooded Ghost. By hearing both sides. There have been women who I have disagreed with, but I will sit and listen to their viewpoint, because I want to get both sides of what's being said. I'm not going to get emotional because of how a person's title of their videos is. All right, Tasha. I mean, I think that's very foolish, and it just shows your maturity level. You see, a lot of men today have access to women of all races, and they have the opportunities to date who they want. So if a man is looking for, let's say a man has a lot of different likes in women, and let's say that black female and let's say Hispanic female has those qualities, but there's one thing one is missing over the other, and that is one shows less respect than the other. Shout out to Greatness 81. It says most non-black women grew up in households of their mother being respectful and submissive to their fathers. Most black women didn't grow up like that. I know, and that's why I am more sympathetic to that. You know, I'm not one of those people who are willing to write off black women, because I know that there are black women, some good black women out there, you know. But you have to understand that black men don't have to take your shit just because you didn't grow up in a 2-parent home. You didn't have a father figure. It doesn't mean I should have to I have to take your disrespect towards me. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to take your disrespect when I don't want to. Just like you wouldn't take my disrespect. What I'm saying is this. I'm not an interracial dating pusher. But I will speak on issues like this and have discussions like this. If you run away from discussions like this, that lets me know that you are the issue. And once again, when it comes to hearing sides of arguments, it can change your perspective. My perspective has been changed by me listening to people who they have made commentary that I disagree with, had conversations with them that I disagree with. But once I was able to think about it and make a rational decision, it was better. I better understood the situation. I better understood the situation. But you do have men, let's say a Kanye West, who has millions and millions of dollars. He can live anywhere. You know, he's a celebrity. He's going to be able to get a woman like Kim K. Okay, fine. But for her to admit that she no longer wants to be independent and that she's more accepting of a submissive role in a relationship, why does that upset people? Why does that upset people? I don't understand this. Now, I understand that some of you black women will never take a submissive role in a relationship. Doesn't mean that you have to be a lapdog. It just means that you're not sitting there disrespecting it. Because black women, y'all do have a habit of disrespecting black men in front of people. Y'all know y'all do. I've seen it. I've seen it. So understand this. When I speak on these things, I want you to have a better perspective of what's going on in the minds of black men. I just want y'all to have a better perspective. I don't like to be in a situation where you only want to hear one side of an argument. I'm not a one-sided guy. And a lot of the brothers here on this channel will tell you, I'm not just going to make you feel good about yourself. There's a huge problem of respect that's going on. You have women who lack femininity. Okay? That's a huge problem in black community. You got a lack of femininity, and you have a lack of leaders, male leaders. Because without male leadership in black communities, you see exactly what you see. You see a community that financially is ran by foreigners. And they don't respect you. So when I say women being submissive, it's the women who choose to be in relationships and get married. It's those women. If you're single, this conversation shouldn't bother you. Shout out to Greatness 81 again. Says most black women think submission is oppression. Exactly. And it's not. We're not asking you to be slaves. We're not putting chains on you. You can come and go when you please. But you're not going to sit there and tell me how to spend my money. You're not going to tell me who I can talk to, where I can go, the decisions that are made. Because if we have children, those children are going to see that. Children are very impressionable. Those memories last forever. And it does seem that non-black women are more willing to have a black man leading them. That does seem like a reality, and I'm just pointing that out.